Okay, I just wanted to make a very short video today about this pedalboard that I use to teach and practice. Just a couple of things that I always suggest to all my students to get a little looper and something that allows you to record yourself in a way that is quiet, improvised in a way, so to speak. So the first pedal is the amplifier, the amplifier box by Atomic. Sorry, I nearly got it wrong. And I've had that for ages. I think still sounds great. It's got some of those like Fendery. It's got a great feel to it. And I've had that for ages. There's a new version to this, but I still like that. I have other modelers, but like for home, this is great. So, and I used it to record as well to do gigs. But this, I really like the feel of this modeler. Still, it's probably like 5 years old or so, which compared to some of the new units that have come out recently, this is relatively old, but I think it still sounds great. Then I have the freeze pedal, and that allows me to do, I leave it on latch because maybe I'm a bit lazy, but let's say if I record a chord, it just will create one, like wash out, so I can practice on that chord. So sometimes obviously I leave it, so that you can just hold and release like on the fast and slow setting. But most times I do that. Reason being, if I want a chord and then something that's a bit more sustained rather than me just doing like a solo guitar loop, something like this. Let's just let me just make an example. Yeah, just that's the idea, so that it feels fuller, so to speak, in a way. And then obviously I have the looper, which allows me to just come up with chord progressions if I want to do like a minor blues thing, Yeah. Occasionally, as I said, I will add some pedals before even though there are different sounds, I can get a crunchy sound. There's a good dumble sound in there. The idea is just to get that clean sound. And a lot of the time I use this with singers because obviously it's a lot easier when you're doing a couple of long sets. Maybe if you use a looper, you can record the verse and the chorus while the singer is singing the first bit, and then once it's time for you to play the solo, you have something to play too, so to speak. And also, I find that loopers are great in that situation when you record 3 or 4 minutes of music to see what's your ability to maintain a tempo. I think that's really good. And also, you can come up with a lot of weird chord progression or whatever to practice. Occasionally, again, I will put at the very end headphones amp, so I can, if I take this away from, because obviously it's plugged into my system that I used to teach, the audio interface, I can use it without switching anything on, so to speak. Obviously, you could probably replicate somehow this thing in a modeler like the Stomp or whatever, because obviously there's a looper in there. What I find the problem is that there's obviously the bigger looper that has a start and stop pedal, and the single pedal looper, which, if used without rhythm, without tempo, those are fine. But I found the single looper pedal, the single foot switch looper pedals, a bit off-putting. Like if I have to stop the pedal and I have to double tap, I don't know. I found it always a bit off-putting when you're there, maybe just grooving or playing a rhythm, to double tap in tempo. I always found it a bit unnatural, and sometimes it can throw you off, so to speak. But so I always prefer a looper with two, like a start and a stop. But yeah, no, that was it. I thought, I'll suggest something that I always find really practical, and I always find great to practice, and it's always there, ready for me to go if I have 10 minutes or if I have an hour or whatever. So yeah, if you find these lessons again, these videos helpful, just like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, obviously, and share it. Feel free to share it on social media. Yeah, take care. Bye bye.